All right, I just did a unboxing, not an unboxing video, but I just opened up some 3 different Art Foamies versions of Stampscapes. And if you don't know what Art Foamies are, they're foam laser cut versions of different types of stamps. So in terms of the Stampscapes ones, they are foam versions of Stampscapes designs. And let's see, I think have we done 1 or 2 releases so far? I think it's 1. And I really love the entire feel of stamping with these foam stamps. They contour to the surface that they're being stamped on really well, and they're really easy to stamp because of that. I don't know what the word is, pliability of the surface. And they can't get quite as detailed as the rubber stamp version of them, but what they can do is they can compensate for some of those tighter types of details in going with scale. So just when you get, one of the technical types of things is when you start getting into a stamp that's this size, there's only so many that you can fit on a standard size plate, okay? So those can get very pricey, and they're also something from a technical aspect of stamping a standard size stamp that's fairly large with a lot of surface area. You have to really distribute your impression pressure down. Okay, now you have to do that on these types of things too, these foams, but I find that there's far less pressure needed because of that contouring aspect of a foam pliable stamp. Okay, so they're really awesome for that. So, okay, so when it comes to Stampscape stamps, scale can play a big role in landscapes. Okay, you have things close to you, you have things farther away. And I mean, it's all two-dimensional, so, but it's representational depth that you can play with in terms of nature designs. Okay, so that being said, this is a fairly large stamp as far as rubber stamps go. And doing something like this in the foam right here, you can really change the scale of it. I'm guessing that this is probably, maybe a 70% version of this larger one. These are my... Okay, so speaking of scale, trees are a really fantastic opportunity when it comes to these Art Foamies versions like this. So again, this is a really big stamp right here. You can see it, it's just like the size of my hand right here. But in the Foamies versions, we can go quite a bit larger. Okay, so I just sent the artwork for these 3 designs right here. And I just told the manufacturer for the Art Foamies, KP, I said, hey, can we go with some larger versions of those images? So she sent me these right here. She took a look at them and said, well, what about these sizes right here? So I am to test these out and to get back with her in terms of, possible fine-tuned tweaking or something like that of it. But just looking at this looks like a good scale difference from my larger, or existing versions of the stamps. The Winter Ash does come in a smaller one like that, but this one right here that is such an awesome piece right there. I mean, that could really fill up an entire, 1/4-page card like this instantly, but we can also go larger with it, so we can really push depth with something like this. And I think it looks like a pretty good size right there, We could even go larger like that, but I don't know, I think that looks pretty good in terms of creating that spatial depth that we so seek in landscape stamping. So this types of stamps, I think we could just use just about any type of ink. I wouldn't use a solvent ink like a StazOn on something like this because of that absorbency factor. So any kind of water-based media or even something like a VersaFine Clair, you know, your oil-based pigment inks, I believe work on this just fine. But you can check out the Art Foamies website and see if there's anything kind of technical in terms of media and whatever appliance compatibility. Stamping appliance, that is. All right, so I can't wait to use these. These came to me last week, but I've been so busy with the convention that just happened this last weekend. But I'm looking at this right here, and it looks like it really. I didn't have a huge amount of detail in these birch trees in terms of condensed dots, because you know I wanted these birch trees to be white, or represented, you know, to be white when we stamp them out. So I just have the, you know, kind of those texturing types of marks within the forms like that, and that suggests a rounded, you know, kind of a trunk in there. So not a huge amount of condensed dots, which are perfect for the Art Foamies methodology of manufacturing these. So can't wait to use them. All right, so anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some experiments using these Art Foamies versions. Again, these are kind of preliminary types of sizes right here, so I'll see if, you know, they can use some a little bit adjustment. Hey, let's go, you know, a 1/4 inch larger or something like that. But I don't foresee, you know, any significant tweak with these. I think these are going to be really awesome to work with like this. So can't wait.